Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. And before the game, if you had asked a United fan, would you take a draw? Would you take a draw? I think the majority of us would say yes, we would have taken a draw. After seeing the fact that we scored a penalty, and before the penalty, I know, the post, the woodwork was hit twice, once by Rashford and once by Madueke, but the game was flat. The game was flat and there weren't a lot of opportunities. And based on the fact that we scored first, I really thought we could have scumbagged that win. I thought we could have defended, and yes, we didn't play well, and yes, we couldn't string passes together and all these things, but sometimes that happens. And I really thought we could have scumbagged our way to a win today. Despite the fact that, yes, before the game started, I would have been happy with a draw in hindsight. However, there are three things. Before the game started, I would have been happy with the draw. Based on the fact that we scored a penalty and the game was really a nothing game, in my opinion, it was a boring game to watch. We could have scumbagged the win. However, based on the balance of the actual game, if you're gonna talk about deserving in football, in sport we don't talk about deserve, because in sport you have a win and you don't. But based on the balance of the game, how the game went, the chances or the lack of chances created, the progression of both teams, the way that both teams defended, the way that both teams attack or lack of attacking, basically the balance of the game. Based on the balance of the game, I believe a draw is a fair result. I think a draw is a fair result, even as a United fan, looking at it from a neutral point of view. A draw was the fair result. The penalty was a bit lucky. I didn't like the way hojlund. No, okay. Be happy that you won the penalty, but hojlund wasn't good today. Once again, we saw for about 70 minutes hojlund spend most of his time on the floor, either leaning into players and falling over or getting dragged around on the floor. He did win a few free kicks to alleviate the pressure, but other than that, he offered nothing. Rashford was okay today. Rashford has lost a lot of pace, and you can tell he doesn't run as much. He's a bit more disciplined now. He does his defensive work a bit more now, and when he plays on the right, it means he's not cutting in trying to shoot. He was okay today. Okay. Bruno, he wasn't good today. Bruno rarely plays good 90-minute performances. He's one of the only captains that Man United have had in their history that we can say doesn't really perform well for 90 minutes. There were times where he had the ball, he dropped deep, and he was hoofing the ball, doing his whole hoof ball thing. There were times where he was in a perfect position to feed the ball through, and once again he hoofed it. Right at the end, he had the chance to score. He skied it into the air. Bruno wastes a lot of chances. He does it often, and we let him do it. Garnacho is who I really want to focus on today, and I know the love for Garnacho is high in the fan base because I do believe because of his age, because of how he looks, because of the fact he worships Ronaldo. So there's that Ronaldo link. Based on the fact the club and the propaganda behind the club pushes Garnacho in all the socials. So if you're young, you're going to like Garnacho because the brainwashing has begun. The PR behind him is enormous. He can play. The game he played today was absolutely shocking. But I guarantee that if Martial or any of the players that the media choose to hate, because the media decides which players to always blame and which players to scapegoat, and Sancho was a scapegoat. If Sancho wasn't playing today and he was still playing for Man United, they'll be blaming Sancho for not being picked for the squad, and the reason why we lost is because Sancho wasn't in the squad. They'll find a way to make Sancho the scapegoat. And now that we didn't win this game, and we didn't lose either, but I wonder how many people are looking at Garnacho's performance today and saying, wow, his performance, yes, we like him, probably because he runs around, tries hard, and that's a very British thing. But his quality and his end product today was absolutely woeful. I feel sorry for CASEMIRO and Ugarte for a little bit. But as I said before in my assessment, I don't think the defensive defensive six, the back four and the two DMs joined together with the attacking four. I don't think our team, our 11 players, were cohesive in the way they played today. It was disjointed. We couldn't string more than 5 passes together. It wasn't a good football match to watch. But I think on the ball we were bad. On the ball we were hopeless. But off the ball, I saw a structure that Chelsea found hard to beat. Whether Chelsea were off today or United were good structurally, or a combination of the two, right? There's grey areas, and it probably is a combination of the two. Chelsea probably didn't play their best, but we also structurally we're not too bad with Ugarte and Casemiro, two naturally maybe defensive minded players playing with each other side by side. The only issue with that is that they're not the best duo when it comes to progressive football and attacking football, and that's the issue. That's a problem. When these two had the ball, they lacked not really Casemiro. I think Casemiro has it, but Ugarte lacks the on the ball nous, creativity, ability often to do things. I got no complaints with the back four. I think Mazraoui had a good game today, and I think if I was going to pick the man of the match today, not Ugarte, the defensive. I like Mazraoui today. I think Mazraoui had a good game today. I didn't really notice Madueke too much. Yeah, just about I'd give it to Mazraoui. Like from a Man United perspective, I could easily given it to Caicedo for Chelsea in terms of the best player on that pitch. From Chelsea's perspective, I don't think they played well. I've seen them play much better. So while we haven't really seen United play well, we haven't really seen United play better than this. This is kind of our level. Let's be honest. We've seen Chelsea play better. So we at least know Chelsea have levels to go up. We don't know about this Man United team. This is a new team, and the new manager hasn't come in yet. So I'm glad, based on what I've seen, that also that the manager, RUUD, is only the interim, because I don't believe RUUD is different enough to Ten Hag. Or maybe I'm just using this small sample size to make that assessment, and I shouldn't, because RUUD probably won't want to change too much. If you're only interim and you're only going to be interim for about 2 or 3 games, you might not want to change too much. You might want to keep some consistency. But on the other hand, why don't you want to put your stamp on things? So I think both can be true. But the fact that Garnacho doesn't plays the full 90 minutes, it worries me. It scares me about RUUD being the permanent manager. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good with RUUD being interim, and I can't wait for Amorim to come in. I pray that Amorim does what I want to do. Everybody wants their manager to come and do what they want to do. Everyone sees football the way they see football in their own unique way. But I just pray that he makes the right decisions. I pray that Garnacho doesn't have a constant position in this team where he plays badly time and time again and he doesn't get dropped. Just like last season, he played badly and he didn't get dropped hardly. I don't want that. I want the manager to just identify his best players. And if he truly identifies and plays the best players in his 3-4-3 system, I do not believe Garnacho gets into the team. Not every game anyway. So that's it, guys. All in all, a mediocre game, 2 teams that never got going, 2 teams that played a very disjointed game, cagey game, not many chances, and I believe a draw was really the fair result. Van Nistelrooy, I think it's his last game. He might have one more. I'm not quite sure. But the new manager is going to come in, and I can't wait to see what happens. I'm not going to be gassed up and say he's going to do everything well and he's going to be the best manager and we are back and Man United are back, because we've done this too many times over the last 10 years and I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to make this manager work for my praise. I'm not going to rub him off. I'm not going to give him all this praise and glory before he's even started. I'm going to wait and see, and then when I see some good stuff, I will say so. And that's it. Let me know what you guys thought of the game today. Who was the man of the match? How did you see it unfold? Why didn't we win? Where were the issues today in the way we play football? How do you see us improving going forward under the new manager? Let me know your thoughts, guys. It's been a pleasure, as always, doing this watch along. Smash the like, turn on notifications, share this video. Let's make this channel grow. Let's talk football. On this channel, we say what we see and not just how we feel, because everything can be analysed objectively as much as we can express our emotions and our anger about football. We can also retrospectively and also introspectively and take a step back and analyse things on a macro level, which is what we like to do on this channel. So stay tuned, stay locked, as always, guys. When's our next game? Who? All right, yes, the Greek team, which I believe RUUD will also be managing. Listen, I don't even need a new manager to get us in the top four. I think I need a new manager, Amorim, to win us the Europa League. I think that's what we need. I think that's our focus. We're not going to win the league. We're not good enough. But if we can get back in the Champions League and finish around fifth or something, or climb, or be around the top four positions come March, I think he'll have a good season. He's had a good season. So come on, Amorim, we're waiting for you. RUUD, so far you've done okay, but for me, I don't think you're brave enough. You're still starting with the Garnachos and the Rashards and the hojlunds, the same failures of the old regime, and I don't think you're being brave enough, RUUD. You've been alright. It's fine, but I just don't think you're being brave enough. Garnacho's the worst player on the pitch today. Argue with your mama. Argue with her, because if we saw the same game, there's no argument. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Have a good week, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday, or see you guys on Thursday for the United game. Peace out, man.